So it's April 30th. It's a kind of a gray morning. Thunderstorm supposed to come in later today. But it's really, really nice up here on the trail. It's cool, but not cold. Nice breeze. Beautiful sunrise. So my practice in the mornings on the way up the trail is a mindfulness practice, a walking meditation. And mindfulness essentially is being present in the moment with what you're doing, your body, your immediate environment. When thoughts of what you want to do tomorrow or later today, or what you did yesterday or something somebody said to you, when those come up, you let them pass by and you refocus on the immediacy of the moment and your place in it. One of the reasons why I do that in the mornings on the way up rather than when it's lighter on the way down is when it's dark, you have to pay attention. You know, it is so much easier to allow a rock or a tree root, that sort of thing, to trip you up, take a tumble, and in some cases that tumble, well, can be kind of steep. So you have to pay attention, and this lends itself to the mindfulness practice. And that practice, after a while, we're seeing more and more clinical studies which lead to, which show that this practice leads to lower cortisol levels, lower stress levels in general, a greater ability to focus, these types of things, because you are adjusting yourself on a day-to-day basis to being in a state where your sympathetic nervous system is not aroused. You're not necessarily up and tense and everything else. Your parasympathetic nervous system is more in control. You're more calm. You're more even. And I mentioned extreme sports and looking for that high, that feeling of being alive before. And there's a similarity, and I kind of want to focus on that similarity right now, where they are putting themselves in an extreme situation. They are feeling the rush. However, they are adapting to it. And that in part is what leads to ever-increasing riskier behavior, because you need more to feel that rush, because there's an adaptive response. Mindfulness practice concentrates on being in the moment and simply experiencing without judgment, instead of feeling the thrill. But I think that it's my opinion that that type of excitement, that feeling alive that people are chasing, is essentially what you're looking for in mindfulness. Because if you think about what extreme sports are, you have to be in a flow state in that moment, paying attention in that moment. You can't be thinking about other things, because if you do, you're risking injury and or death. You know, and that goes for anything from extreme mountain biking to, mountain climbing. All different kinds of extreme sports, but they all are going to be risky, and you have to be focused. So we could look at this as a spectrum, a continuum, with extreme sports on one end and sitting meditation, mindfulness meditation on the other. And I'm thinking somewhere in between is where you're going to get your optimum experience of all the benefits of the mindfulness meditation, of being present and being alive, feeling your place in everything and feeling your own existence, with all the risk inherent in being alive. Nobody gets out of this alive. Nobody cheats death. So, knowing that with a minimum risk, because I'm also still in the marketplace. I'm still in the world. I have kids, I have family, I have obligations. So there is an acceptable amount of risk. i.e. hiking up in the dark, as opposed to, I don't know, free climbing, for instance. And I think that everybody is going to have to find their own personal balance. So I think that, my risk tolerance is a little bit more than just hiking up here in the early mornings. However, this works as a good weekly meditation for me. And you're going to have to find your own space. So for instance, in mindfulness practice, most people start with sitting meditation, just being where they are, being present. And then you can work into walking meditation, brushing your teeth, doing dishes, your daily work, so that your entire lifestyle becomes being present, being authentic in the moment. And really, for a lot of people, that's the ultimate goal, aside from the health benefits and mental benefits and that sort of thing. And then you can take it all the way up to something fairly extreme. Finding the balance, I think, is the key. How much risk are you willing to take in order to achieve the same effects? And I think that, it seems obvious to me that as you get older, your risk tolerance goes down, at least somewhat. You have other criteria for your journey. So anyway, some things to think about. Mindfulness and its continuum, and finding your own space, finding your own practice. And the key is practice, to do it consistently. So that's for me for today. Hope you have a great weekend. I'll see you next time.